My father is dying. He knows it. I know it. The doctors have given us a rough window. Months, not years. And in some ways, knowing that has created a strange kind of clarity that none of us quite knew how to prepare for. He asks me sometimes when it's going to happen. Not in panic, more like a man who's been waiting for a train and wants to know if it's still running on time. He wants to know it won't hurt. He wants those two things, the when and the reassurance about the how. And I find myself sitting with him trying to answer questions that nobody can really answer, while his memory slowly narrows the room around him. I want to talk about dying well, not as a philosophical abstraction, as something I'm living right now, one difficult afternoon at a time. Here's the truth I don't say out loud very often. My father and I have a complicated history. That's the polite version. The honest version is that he caused real damage in my childhood, and in ways that echoed all the way through my adult life. I'm caring for him now out of duty, out of a desire to show my children that no matter the history, you show up, that forgiveness matters even when it hasn't fully arrived yet. I'm not going to pretend that sitting with him every day is easy. Some days the resentment and the tenderness sit so close together, I can barely tell them apart. I know that somewhere in the time that remains, I'll find the forgiveness I haven't quite reached yet. I also know I'm not there, and I've stopped pretending otherwise. What I've come to understand through all of this is that dying well isn't only something the dying person does. It's something the people around them do too. My dad is doing it in his own way, imperfectly, with confusion and fear and occasional flashes of the man he was before the illness narrowed him. But he's present. He's still holding conversations. He's asking the questions that matter to him. That in its own way is dignity. And I'm trying to do it too. Showing up every day, not because it's easy, but because it's right. Sitting with feelings I haven't resolved and not pretending I have. Letting the complexity be complex rather than forcing it into something tidier than it is. There's a chapter in the Tao Te Ching, chapter 50, that we explored earlier in this series. Coming out into life, going back into death, Lao Tzu describes the person who has made peace with impermanence as someone who moves through the world without fear finding a place to enter them. Not invincible, just not gripping. My dad is learning in the only way left available to him to stop gripping. And watching that, even from this complicated vantage point, even with all the history between us, is one of the most profound things I've ever witnessed. I don't think dying well requires resolution. It doesn't require that every wound gets healed, every relationship made right, every conversation had. I used to think it did. I think now it just requires presence, yours and theirs, whatever form that presence can take, given everything. I'll be honest about one more thing. There was a period in my own life not so long ago when I wasn't sure I wanted to be here at all. I've talked about that in this series also. And sitting now with my father as he approaches the end of his life, I feel something I didn't expect to feel. Grateful. For the time, for the difficult, complicated, unresolved, real time. Not every moment of it, but enough. So if you're sitting with someone at the end of their road, whether the relationship is easy or not, I want to say this to you directly. You don't have to have it figured out. You don't have to feel the things you think you should feel. You just have to be there. That's the whole of it. And if you're someone who, like me, at a different point, has wondered whether your time was worth continuing at all, I want you to hear this too. The view from where I'm standing now, watching a life come to its close, is that time is the only thing that can't be given back. And there is always, somewhere, something, someone worth staying for. Same blood,